Ah, shit. Here we go again.
You're listening to
Real game.
Is it booty butt cheeks or is it move them butt cheeks? Nigga, who gives a fuck? It's a song about butt cheeks. Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh my God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fucking thing sucks. Gotcha, bitch. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Fuck. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right. Yeah, tonight. Oh shit. Yeah, tonight we are playing Helldivers.
Divers of the Hell.
Ooh, I'm kind of gassed up because I've been drinking this Colt 45.
Hey, I'm thinking about joining you on that Divers, bro. You got room for one more?
Yeah, come on in here, man. Yeah.
Word.
And I don't know. Is there any gaming news that came out recently?
Man, other than all these remakes and shit, bro, nothing really major.
I'm tired of this remix, man.
You got fucking Sparking Zero coming out very soon.
Oh yeah,
People already playing it.
Hey, matter of fact, fuck it. Let's do some releases. You know, Silent Hill 2, the remake.
Oh yeah.
Coming out on Tuesday. Sparking Zero coming out on
The 10th.
Friday. Yeah.
You said the 10th?
The 11th.
Yeah, the 10th. Oh, mine says the 10th.
Oh shit! Well, it come out that Thursday digitally, and I think that boxing game come out on Tuesday, cause Al told me about that. Undisputed. Call of Duty come out towards the end of the month. There's a lot of shit coming
That's
out
the
in October.
25th.
Man.
That's that Friday.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I might cop.
Top what?
I might cop the card, bro. You gonna play it if I get it?
What you talking about? I'm about to buy it.
Oh, did you? I thought you was gonna get Silent Hill.
I'm getting
Bro,
that too.
you tripping.
Man, let me buy
said-
something, bro. Let me buy something, bro. That ain't cool.
You sound really black right now because every black person will get caught.
Wow.
You tripping. Me, Kwame, and Gator discussed zombies day one. We were playing zombies day one.
I humping on that multiplayer first. I'll be tearing that.
Oh, you gonna do? Hey. I mean, I was gonna do that without y'all first. But you know, I wasn't gonna touch zombies until y'all touched it.
Zombies my home, bro. That's my shit. That's where I shine.
And
in
it's
COD.
bro, and it's turn base. It's round base now. Oh man.
Yeah, because that open world bullshit, bro, wasn't doing it for that last shit.
What did
bro.
I tell y'all? All they did
What do
was
you mean,
take
open
zombies
world?
and put them in They put them in DMZ. That's all it was. There was zombies in the DMZ. That's all
Even
it was.
even before DMZ zombies, I'm talking about the fucking Cold War zombies, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't even feeling all
who,
that.
who dared touch that monstrosity?
I did. I tried it.
Fuck.
I tried it, and it was terrible.
You was on some serious drugs.
I was on some straight ganja.
Hard. You was on that hard.
That's crazy.
No, we don't dare touch that monstrosity.
Oh, but tonight we're gonna be talking about how video game journalists should review games. This is the whole premise of why we came up with the podcast. Well, the second reason, we'll talk about the first reason a little bit later, but I wanted to touch up on how journalists should rate games, because we was talking about this for like a hot minute with multiple people. We got other people coming in. I don't know if they're gonna make it tonight, but if they come in, cool. If they don't, then oh well. Basically this whole premise came out when we was talking about the Sparking Zero review. Gator had came in talking about there was a review from Gameology. There was a reviewer that reviewed Sparking Zero, and he tore that game apart. Apparently he played the game in the past, and he's a big fan of the Tenkaichi games. But if you watch the video, it's like, damn, dude, how you a big fan of Tenkaichi and you literally ripping this game apart, talking about the game looks like all the other games, it plays just like all the other games, and there's no innovation. But if you did your research before you did the review, you would have known Sparking Zero would have been like the predecessor of the Tenkaichi games. Like, if you get a chance, try to find a review for it. If you can, you're gonna see a lot of reaction videos because the original video went down. But we're gonna come back to that particular thing later. But the premise for right now, I want to know how y'all think journalists should rate games. Who wants to start it up?
What was that question? I'm sorry.
How should journalists
should
rate
journalists-
games?
Ooh. I should go first because my daughter's being real needy. So I can just go and get my point across right now.
Yeah, she being needy because she realized you doing something without her, and she
Exactly. She want to be with you.
yeah she want to know.
No, it's way more
That door-
complicated than that.
If that door is not closed, she wouldn't care. Because that door is closed, yeah, I got questions.
Yeah,
But,
what's going on here?
So the way I see the whole situation when it comes to like reporters reporting on games is, first of all, they should be playing these games and they should be gamers. Some of these reporters don't even play games, bro.
Okay.
Like that's that, and like I feel like they don't give most of these games a fair shake. I'm also a firm believer that gamers are also killing games because like if like a reporter who reports on a game and gives them a bad review, and all of it's all opinionated, of course, but like if they feel like the game isn't as good as people say it is, these gamers, they'll fucking go off on the fucking, on these reporters. And I just feel like that's not fair. But also, I feel like the reporters who don't play games, because there have been like on multiple occasions where these reporters who like report on these games, they've been going off of clips they seen on the internet. I've seen that firsthand, like not firsthand, but I've witnessed it. So yeah, I just feel like when it comes to like reporters reporting on video games, of course it's all opinionated. I don't let reporters like make me feel a different kind of way about a game because that wasn't my goal in the first place. But I do like some input, and I just feel like these reporters should definitely be playing these games and testing out these games instead of just like going off of somebody else's gameplay.
All right. Well,
and experience it for themselves, because that's why I feel like sometimes that's where it goes.
Well, you want to hear my take on it?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw my take on it, and then we're gonna play some Helldivers.
Okay.
Basically, here's my take of it. So, basically, number one, I feel right. I feel like, hey, the people that do review the games should at least be gamers or play games, or actually know how to get past the first level, play games. They should have like an interest towards playing the particular game that they're trying to review. We gonna get to that gameology video because there's a lot of points that kind of go with what the things I'm saying with, but I have plenty of other examples. But getting back to what I was saying, they should be gamers. They should play the game. They should get past at least the first level. They should have an interest in it. Now check it. When it comes to like video game journalists, they'll just tell people like, hey, you about to review such and such. I know you may be interested in these type of games, and then when they actually play it, they may not like the game. To that point, they shouldn't be biased towards it. Get the bias out the way. Go ahead and just tell us like, hey, if the game got any bugs, what kind of features the game have, does the game have a battle pass? Keep it in general at the moment. Then bring your personal take on it a little bit later. Be like, hey, I feel the game should have this. Hey, the game doesn't have enough that. The graphics are blah, 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 blah. Trying to keep it like at a middle ground. Don't put your bases on it. And you can have a personal opinion about it, but keep that towards the later part of the review. Because everybody has like different opinions. and different takes and different perspective when it comes to gaming. What you might like about gaming may not be what other people may like about gaming. So, you know, if you throw it out there, people can be like, hey, you know, I see what you're talking about. But as long as you get like the facts out the way first, then you should be good after that.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, because I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like the whole argument, well, not argument, but the whole thing you just said.
Yeah, because the only reason, because nowadays, you know, a game review, it can either make or break a game. And if people come in and throw their personal opinion on it, and you part of a major damn platform, and you,
i.e., Starfield.
Yeah, and you go ahead and just throw it out there and be like, hey, the game bad. People just gonna take your word and they're not gonna play the game because they heard from somebody else or from the review that the game is bad. Starfield wasn't all that bad of a game. I actually played some of Starfield. I was actually enjoying it.
I didn't play it, so I don't have an opinion on it.
I wonder why you didn't play it.
I didn't play it because of other people's opinion. I just don't. It's just you know what? No. I'm gonna be completely honest. You know why I didn't play Starfield?
Why?
Because of the Xbox fan base.
See, and that's the reception. Bad reception will lead to bad sales.
Yeah, because Xbox fan base is fucking toxic as fuck.
Yeah, bad receptions.
That kept me from playing that game. And there's been times where I'd be like, I should play Starfield and see how it actually is. I can download this shit right now and play it. But the fan base has like literally deterred me from that fucking game and even trying it out or giving it my honest opinion on it.
Yeah, because like I said, you got games that be good, but they get a bad review and people don't play them, and you know they the underdogs. Like they be real good games. I got an example for a particular game like this. There was a game called God Hand back in the day for the PlayStation 2. It got a 3 on IGN, a fucking 3. Later on down the line, people realize like, hey, this game shouldn't have got a 3. Premise for it, like, it's a beat 'em up, 3D beat 'em up that was extremely difficult. You had to give a game a chance. Another game that was like that had a bad review when it first released was Demon's Souls. Let that sink in. Sometimes the developer will make a game a certain way, and sometimes reviewers will miss the mark because sometimes the developer make the game a particular way, and people won't see it until like a couple of days, a couple of months later. Like sometimes they purposely put jank in the game because that's the way the developers want it, and sometimes it's kind of hard to meet what the developers want and what the consumers want and kind of meet a compromise. There are a couple games where the developers actually like talk to the consumer and be like, hey, you know, what you want in the game? Hey, if we to add like anything in the game, what would you want to add? Like fucking Harada, that man be on Twitter all the time just talking to people, and I commend that. But sometimes there's a fine line of working with the consumer. Sometimes you might want to get your art out and you be like, hey, fuck the consumer. Hey, we putting this out because this is our vision. Sometimes they might need to be like a middle ground, what Harada's doing and trying to meet everybody's expectations. But when it comes down to the review, just give me something honest, something trustworthy, something that that's not biased. Because if you come in and be like, hey, you know, I hate this because me personally, I'm gonna not listen to the review. Most of the time I play the games that I want to play anyway. And
Facts.
Yeah, and fuck the review. I'll go ahead and play it to see for myself type of shit.
Right.
But sometimes there be other games out there that I may want to try or I hear about and I might be kind of interested in. And sometimes I might need that review to push me towards the right direction. And sometimes the review can be ass and I might miss out on the gem. And sometimes the review can overhype a game. And I'll play the game and I'll be like, man, this game ain't really what I really like. Last of Us Part 2. The story was straight, but the gameplay, it was. Okay. I'm gonna give you my personal take with Last of Us Part 2 because don't get me wrong, the story was actually pretty decent. fuck what everybody said. To me, The Last of Us Part 2 was more of a walking simulator than Death Stranding. Yeah, I said it. I got it off my chest. The Last of Us Part 2 is more of a walking simulator than Death Stranding. Death Stranding had more gameplay than The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, because Death Stranding was really it's still getting bad, well, not bad reviews, but
No, people.
yeah, I think Hideo Kojima got a bad rep for that game, and in my opinion, I think
No, he didn't get a bad rap. People love that game. It would have never
Well,
got
I
a sequel
think
if it never.
it was something that I seen that something about the developers or some shit like that, and him like some kind of backlash between Hideo Kojima and the other people involved in it. But I don't remember.
I'm jumped in
I
the
had to
car,
get
by the
that.
way.
I got you. Oh, we waiting on this third.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I hopped up in there. But Jordan, Phil, how y'all feel about how journalists should rate games? Because basically Ant want somebody to actually particularly play a game and kind of find interest in the game that they're playing. With me, I want something honest, something that's not biased, and something that pretty much point me towards the right direction. Because I don't want no lies. Like if I'm playing a game and I might be interested in it, the review might make it or break it. And sometimes reviews actually kill sales for games.
I agree that they should play games and not just give an opinion, just give an opinion based off. And it's kind of hard to say they shouldn't give an opinion based on how they feel because that's their reaction to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But what I look for is someone that is actually going to tell me what the mechanics are like.
Yes.
Tell me if there's any glitches, like Kwame said, any bugs, any glitches, anything I need to look out for in the game. Tell me, the premise. You can tell me the premise of the game a little bit, not without giving spoilers. So you can do those things. What I don't like is them playing a game and just ripping the game because you didn't like it. I get that. That's your opinion, but that's not everybody's opinion. Some people actually get games that others don't like and actually enjoy it. So if we're just going based off your opinion and we trust you, then we could be missing out on a gem. As for you didn't like the game. For an example, this is an example where they weren't wrong with their synopsis of the game. And it was a game that came out this year. Killing the Justice League was spot on. Everybody who rated that game was spot on. They were spot on. That game sucked. And me personally, I love I love comics, I love DC, I love Marvel. So I'm gonna take a chance on that game just because of that. But the more I played it, the more I was like, okay, this time y'all weren't wrong. The story is good. The multiplayer could have been phenomenal, but they messed this up. And they were not wrong. And Kwame has heard me, Gator, and JJ say that me, Gator, and JJ actually played the game together. They're not wrong. And so I can respect that. But once you have a person who just genuinely don't like a game just because of little petty factors, like with Ant, I don't like it because of Xbox game, the Xbox fan base. Well,
yeah, you're missing out on a lot of good games, my guy.
You could be missing out on a lot of good games just by that.
No, it's just that one game. I don't care about anything else.
You still could be missing. You could be missing out. That's what it's so many other factors that play into it. I prefer someone who's giving me like the gist of it, like what's the premise of the story thus far, without giving any spoilers, any type of bugs I need to watch out for. Maybe I should wait until the update comes out before I jump into it.
Yeah,
things like that. That's what I look for a synopsis of a game. You don't have to give me a spoiler to tell me if a game is good or not. I can be that judgment for myself. Let me judge that for myself. And I'm just much like Kwame, just like most people are anyway. We're going to buy the games that we want to buy anyway, whether someone rates it or not.
Yeah,
whether you like the rating or not, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I want to play a boxing game. What would they say?
So to hear that and to see that with some of these guys that have their opinion about the game, you can do other things other than just tell me exactly what the game is and tearing it to shreds. Like the guy that's playing Sparking Zero that doesn't like it. Well, that game is just like Tenkaichi.
Yeah, it's just like Tenkaichi.
Damn near similar.
And
it looks great. And you're talking to somebody who hasn't played Tenkaichi. I played the first one. I didn't venture off and playing any other ones.
Yeah.
So I'm just going off of the one that I played, and it looks great.
No, I listen. I seen videos of Sparking Zero, even though I'm not picking up the game day one, and I'm not interested in playing the game. I see the videos and it make me want to play the game. Like the game looks damn near good. Like it looks like a good ass game.
Right. And another thing that people, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, when you're looking at someone, especially some streamers do the same thing. They look at it like, oh, this is going to be bad. You're looking at a cinematic. You're not looking at the actual gameplay. That's not gameplay. Some of this is not actual gameplay.
See what Kill the Justice League. I saw that gameplay and I'm like, nah, that's
that gameplay. Oh,
yeah.
no.
I was like, nah, that's not the game I was that's not the game I was looking for, bro. Like once I saw I'm like,
you know the phrase. You know the phrase, got to see it through, my boy. And I saw it through, and I didn't like what I saw at the end of that damn tunnel. I can tell you that. There was no light at the end of that damn tunnel. It was just a dark hole that just kept going with a tunnel that never ended, and I didn't like it. So there's nothing they can do to that game now. That game is just done. I prefer them to try again next year and be better if they're going to do something else. But that game is done. There was nothing. The story was cool and all, but the gameplay just felt clunky to me.
Yeah, the story
it was
seemed
another,
like it was cool. Like I was going to play it because of the story, but I saw that gameplay and I'm like, okay, you're just going to be swinging around the city and just doing random shit. I'm like, nah, this is not the game I wanted.
Had they left it just with the story itself, it probably would have got at least a strong 7 from me out of 10.
Damn.
If they left it if they just left it a story alone. When they added that clunky gameplay and you looting and shooting, trying to get, I was like,
I didn't like the looting and shooting part. I like, bro, they turned into a looter shooter. Like, no, that's not what I want.
Strong 3.5 for me.
I didn't want it to be a looter shooter, man. I want it to be like Arkham. Arkham's Metroid style, bro.
So that game was very spot on with what their synopsis was and all the critics. They were right. I would give them that. But sometimes,
trying to warn
and
us.
I mean,
but sometimes
they were trying to. The damn sure warned me, and I just didn't pay attention to it. I had to see it through.
Yeah, they once I see like the gameplay video, I'll be like, okay, it's something I'll play. Like, just show me the video. I'm gonna see it, believe it type shit. Oh shit, we surrounded.
I'm surrounded.
Yeah. Who that?
I'll be a shit.
Hey.
What up?
Ain't nothing much. Listen. I had to pop him and chomp, bro. That Sparking Zero review is one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Pretty much this video, we gonna tear that shit apart, bro.
Yes, and this is coming from someone who don't play fighting games. Me personally don't play fighting games like that.
See, that's the thing.
They are wrong. They are wrong.
The beauty of Sparking Zero, you don't have to come in as a like playing like a fighting game. Like it's a party game, man. Like it's built for you to have fun.
Yeah, I'm like on like the opposite end of that spectrum. Is I'm a fighting game player. And I know what this game is. I know what I'm purchasing. And like, I listen to that review. It's like, yo, you're bringing a complete bias into this situation.
You said the B word.
Complete bias.
You said the B word.
It's like I've competed in fighters for a little bit. Like I like that game for what it is. But when I want to play something else, I'll play something else. And
y'all left me for dead.
Zero is. It's something else.
Yes.
It was never meant to be a competitive 2D fighting game. That's not the market. That's not what it's looking for. That wasn't the intent.
Exactly.
And you can easily tell that the moment you look at videos of it. Doggone the reveal. You could tell that, hey, this is a spiritual successor to Tenkaichi. Tenkaichi is like, you go through the story. What's name? And it's a lot of interactive points. So you meet a whole bunch of different characters that you can fight in the desert. That's the game. That's like one of the premises of the game, and the fact that the reviewer complained about the story being what,
bro? It's the same damn story as all the other games. Like if you want to, you can just skip it.
You can skip it, like you're cool playing it in Kakarot.
It's funny how he didn't. It's funny how he didn't mention like, hey, there's a possibility that he could skip it if you didn't want to see the story again. Like I would because I don't want to see the story again. If he would have told me, I probably would have bought it. But see, you don't fuck up the review.
Yeah, and then even just that, like you can tell that he came in with bad intent.
Yeah, he came
the
in
moment he started talking. So I'm not going to really give you your options around what else you can do in the game because I don't like the game. So I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about the game. That's my review. There was nothing like that. Where's the good points about, like my man said, the controls can be too complicated for a newer person.
So what are the controls? He never explained what the controls were.
Exactly, didn't specify the controls are the same controls you had in Tenkaichi, which is what the customer base for the game. They're the same controls on newer controllers. And then like called powering up the screen button. Once I heard that, I was through. My man said, "Yeah, you got a screen
button. Like if you play Tenkaichi, you already know you had the key power up button. And then if you charge it all the way up to the max, you get to level up your character. You didn't mention that in the review.
No, it was horrible.
It's funny. He could have just mentioned the shit in Tenkaichi that bring people up the fucking speed.
But the thing is, he wouldn't want to bring up Tenkaichi or that this is the custom made base that they're going for, or this is what the game like, or if you like this game, you would like it because that would have been coming in good faith. No, I like competitive fighting games.
Yeah,
this is the next Dragon Ball fighting game after Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Oh no, he didn't even call it Fighters. He called it Fighter Z.
We not calling it that.
Just want to ignore that.
But the thing is, if you actually watch the scene of these competitive games that you're trying to push this game into, but it's not, you would know no one calls it Fighter Z.
They call it Fighters.
It's I don't get how you're misinformed on every level.
Yeah, he should have came in and did his homework.
Our son made a point though, and this is the phrase that people miss. Even some of us as gamers, but more importantly, those people that rates and want to criticize games. He said a key phrase: play the game for how it is and how it's seen, not what you want it to be. Play it for what it is. If you give me a rating as you playing it for what it is, then that's cool. But based on what you think it should be, no. They're telling you what the game is and how it's played. So for you to have, it should have been like this, or it should have been like that. Play the game for what it is and then rate it. Have your opinions after you play the game for what it actually is. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people forget. They don't play the game for how it is. They want to throw in and, this one should be in, that should be in that. That's what can ruin things too. Play the game for how it is first. So he said a very valid thing that a lot of people really do miss. They don't play games for how it is and how it's supposed to be represented.
Hey, I got a story to tell y'all.
Preach.
All right, it's dealing with Cyberpunk. All right, with the release of Cyberpunk, y'all know I was hyped for that game. Hey, CD Projekt Red. They did The Witcher 3. That game was fucking amazing. Hey, if this game come out to beat ass, I'm selling my PlayStation. Hey, I sold my PlayStation, y'all. because that game came out and it was ass. It had a whole bunch of bugs in it. Yes, that game came out terrible. And the only reason why it came out terrible because they was trying to develop for like the previous console. And the reviewers did their job. They weren't biased. They told us what the game had in it, and it was unplayable. And they was taking it off of stores, which they did. And the reviews were right with it. But then, around the time when Elden Ring was coming out, I saw it sitting in the PlayStation Store, and they gave you like a 5-hour trial for it. And then if you like the game, you could pay for the game for $20. But the review, I hopped straight up in there because I really wanted to play that game. And I'm like, oh, if they fix it, cool. They didn't fix it. You know, I got a 5-hour trial. I could just let the trial go out, call it a day. That game was a damn good game, man. I fell in love with that shit. I after the 5 hours were up, I went ahead and spent the $20 and played and paid for that game. And then before you know it, the anime came out for it, and everybody hopped back on down Cyberpunk nuts, and it ended up being one of the best games that came back.
I had to try it out.
That thing changed that thing's whole
came back full effect,
career.
my boy. That game came back on them boys, man. I'm glad they did that though because
people would.
I enjoyed the game. I
need to go back and play it.
That game is too good, bro. Too good, bro. You feel like you're part of that world. You know what I'm saying?
But
that's what I look like.
Give them credit for that. Though,
man, watched it. It didn't really feel that way.
But don't forget now, the game did have a bad review upon release.
It did.
People wasn't going to hop on it because they known it was bugs, and we didn't get the heads up that hey, the game was coming back. And when we did, they didn't give a review for it. It was like, hey, take it for what it is. Just go in with caution because you don't know how it's going to be. Because the reviewers gave up on the game. But, a second review would have helped me, actually would have brought the game. But sometimes you got to go with your gut.
Yeah.
I went them credit for going back and fixing things and making sure.
Yeah, the team worked really hard to get the game together.
EA. Man, they lost so much EA, bro. They lost potential on that fucking Anthem, bro. Full potential, bro.
Wait, we'll talk about Anthem, because Anthem actually got a clear 7 on his review, so it wasn't a bad game.
It wasn't a bad game in terms of like the actual core game, like in the beginning.
Yeah, because you're the only one that actually played it. I didn't play that game because of bad reviews. So
the way I didn't play it.
Anthem was supposed to be the Destiny killer. From what I remember.
I ain't lying, bro. That's why, bro. The way they did that game, the game is good in terms. Bro, you're flying around in a fucking Iron Man suit, killing fucking aliens and shit. Open world, bro.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
It's basically a looter shooter, bro. It's fun as hell. It could have been that. It could have been a Destiny killer though, for what it was. But man, EA, bro, them boys is like, you know what, bro? Fuck this game. We're not gonna do shit with it. We're not gonna fix the end game. We're not gonna put no more content out for it. That's where they fucked up at. No more content, no more updates, nothing. They just left it where it was. Now it's a dead game. Well, people probably still playing it, but they playing it for the like story. They ain't playing it for it. Don't let me lie to you, bro. I really don't know because I ain't downloaded it and played that game in a long time. But but for what it was, I think the last time I was on there was probably like 2 years ago when I decided to like kind of like see what was going on with it. Because they did when they said, because I think it was like 2 years ago when they said they was gonna update it again and do some shit to it. But then that shit never came. Never came.
Now, the biggest thing was like, which they eventually admitted later, the fact that they had a bunch of people working on the game that never worked on like an MMO or a game that was supposed to have like an end game after it, so they really didn't know what to do.
Damn.
Yep. They goofed up with that game badly. They goofed up because that game has so much potential. It might have been a Destiny killer, but it definitely would have been a good game. And then EA also already had a bad reputation of doing the games dirty. So
Destiny is a Destiny killer.
Ain't it though, bro? Self murder is crazy.
And still going strong with a lot of people still playing.
Because Destiny reels you in. They have good content, and then they put out poop. They put out poop again. Put out some more poop, and then they'll put out some more amazing content.
Hey, they,
Well, at
hey,
least it wasn't
Yeah.
Marvel's Avengers.
Oh man.
Was that
And
supposed to be the
I barely
Overwatch?
even scratched the surface of that game, which is crazy as fuck. But y'all boys talk about it, bro.
You talking about
Damn. Nah, bro.
Marvel Avengers.
Marvel Avengers, bro. That
Yeah.
game was good for what it was a little bit until
See,
you get to the end game.
Hey, but I give the review for that too, because they told me everything what that game was offering before I hopped into it. It was like, hey, the single player is fun. It draws you in. They know how to do the level design with the single player, but the multiplayer, that's where the game fall apart, and it damn for sure did.
Huh.
Hey, kudos for the reviewer that reviewed Marvel Avengers, because you didn't lie, and he wasn't biased. He probably was enjoying the game until that stopping point came.
I'm sorry for my late arrival.
Hey there.
Got a lot of stuff going
What's
on.
up? What's up, bro?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Word.
Good, bro.
Making it.
Word.
Oh,
Now that some people hit the nail on the head, and some people play Sparking Zero.
Hey, hit
But
me,
yeah,
man.
Y'all talk about Sparking Zero?
And we talking about that review from the reviewer that did it. That's not why we did
what
the
was
topic.
your-
I did the topic because everybody wanted to hop in on this particular topic. And
Oh yeah, because I want to say something too. So like, what the review say?
ooh,
Catch me up a little bit.
all right. Who
You want a quick synopsis of the Sparking Zero review?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
just
want
a quick one.
man? Let's go in detail. 'Cause I want to let this man have it.
Yeah, because I don't even know what the whole thing is
I don't
about.
know.
All
I
right,
don't know-
Quan,
I
we
know
want to
what
start from the
everything
beginning and break it down.
Oh, let's number one. Fuck. Hang on, I gotta kill this big ass damn Titan.
Because I know
I'm about
one
to help.
problem
Shoot-
everybody
shoot
was
the Titan.
complaining about
All right.
about it, and I was like, yeah, y'all, whoever's reviewing it is young as fuck, and you never played the old Dragon Ball.
No, he
games.
played the old
Like,
Dragon Ball Z games. Guess what he
It's
said?
impossible.
It looks just like the other Dragon Ball Z games. Guess what he also said? He said that game is dated and it's unbalanced. We already know this, and all these niggas are dying.
That's why I said he couldn't possibly play the old games if he said it's unbalanced. It's
What the
supposed
fuck
to be
going
that
on?
way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way.
But
And
here's
they-
the thing.
he-
Because you
Here's the
said it
thing,
was.
with the unbalancing, you could still beat Cell with Android number 1 from Dragon Ball, because each character has their own quirks and stuff, and if you know the mechanics, even though yes, it can be unbalanced, you get hit by a certain move, that shit could destroy you. But if you know the mechanics, that's how Tenkaichi games work. If you know the mechanics and know how to do shit, you can beat every character with any character. You just gonna have
See
to
what
work
you
hard.
doing?
You just gonna have to
What
work
you doing right
hard.
now is spitting. What he was doing was spitting on the game.
Yeah, he was spitting
Because-
on the game. He was like, "Hey,
Because
we're like all these games in the library, man. It's like all these other games in the library. It's an arena fighter. You should be playing Fighter Z. Hey,
No, it's not because they're completely two different games. though.
Hey, it's crazy because
But,
in that video he's comparing Street Fighter, Tekken, and other fighting
Who's the reviewer?
games.
Sounds like I know this reviewer.
He's with radio. What is it? Gameology.
Gameology.
Oh, fuck Gameology, yo.
Yeah, nah, he has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. But see, all right, so gonna start from the begin. Like the beginning of his review was the fact that he felt that Sparking Zero was what's the word I'm looking for? It was not progressive in terms of a next Dragon Ball game. Like it should have been something different and something new to the franchise.
But the thing is, we already knew that this particular game was going to be the next Tenkaichi game. Like he
Yeah.
should have did the research before actually coming out his mouth and saying what he said.
Oh, 100%. Oh no, I'm 100% with you. That's how it was marketed.
Yeah,
Boom.
not only that, the game is called Tenkaichi Sparking Zero. I mean, it's called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, right? In
Mhm.
Japan, what is Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi?
It's the
Dragon Ball
Sparking
Spark-
series. Yeah.
So if it
Sparking
says
Zero.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, you would know exactly what it is. It's a Tenkaichi game with
Mhm.
more characters, which is stuff
Yeah.
everybody wanted, because you know how expensive Tenkaichi 3 is. It's like over $100 game.
And they got new characters. They got the super characters in there. Like
Right.
we already knew that off rip. Did he know?
Right.
If he was a
Yeah.
alleged Dragon Ball fan?
That's why I
Well,
said it's impossible.
he alleges to be
to
one in
say
the
that-
video.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's why I said it's impossible for him to know to play the game. Like people just be he just said that to say that because it's impossible for you to have played the older games and not expect it. This is what people wanted.
Man, I'm getting my shit.
Everybody
back.
wanted a new Tenkaichi.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was marketed that way, and that's what they gave us because they wanted it to be based in the world with the story, how you go about getting all these characters, how they fight with. Some people are stronger than others, some people are weaker than others because it's the flex when you beat Cell with the Saber Man. But like it was all of what makes a Tenkaichi game is like what people wanted it to bring new people into it that didn't play when they were younger. And like I said, you can't play 3 no more.
Hey, Kwame, spawn me over there near you, bro.
Break 100.
God damn it.
Like that's the only way, and that's what it's for. Not well, like I said, you're comparing it. Like, why are you putting it in a competitive space when that's not what the game is supposed to be?
That's
Like,
that's what people want to do with everything nowadays. They want to make it. They want to make everything competitive.
And everything can't be competitive. Some shit you just play for fun. It's fucking. It's
and
called
that be the problem.
I
Just like
guarantee
every,
Sparking Zero is gonna be sweaty as fuck.
It ain't gonna be
And it ain't
sweaty.
gonna be no. It's gonna be sweaty as fuck. That online gonna be sweaty.
It ain't gonna be sweaty. That game broke.
Yeah,
That game is broken, dog.
It's not gonna be sweaty for the simple fact that everybody has set moves, and it ain't like Xenoverse 2, which is why Xenoverse 2 still exists, and they still come out with DLC for it. By the fact they're coming out with some new stuff in the future.
And drinking.
Because you can customize your character and customize the skills that you give each character, but this is just like they give you pick the character you want and they give you the skills that the character got, and then that's it.
Say it's gonna be sweaty. Not because of that, but I mean, I think but the thing is, like, I don't think they're not inclined to that because they have a rank mode for the game. So
yeah, I mean,
that's what that's what they can all go.
Right,
like,
it's a fighting game, so it's gonna have competitive, just like what Smash was. The creator of Smash was like, "Yo, this is a party game, not a competitive game." But guess what? It's niggas that sweat over that shit. It's niggas that play Smash every day.
To this day.
To this day.
And
to this day.
It's plenty of Smash tournaments.
Yeah.
All about.
Apparently,
the pro Smash players just need to stop messing with little children. That's their problem with the Smash.
Hey,
like,
them haircuts.
Hey, so basically,
not the Smash haircuts.
Hey, the premise, man, though. Son, I threw your game out there. I was saying like reviewers can make or break a game. I was saying reviewers can actually say like, "Hey, a game is trash," and people will not play it.
Matter of fact, one of the groups I'm in, one of the group chats I'm in.
Go ahead.
We're talking about a game called the Silent Hill 2 game, the remake.
Yeah.
So fans wanted a remaster with like better visual stuff, but they didn't want nothing changed because sometimes when a remaster comes out, like for example, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and stuff, it's like it's a remaster, but they change a lot of stuff. They added stuff and changed a lot of stuff. So,
that's a reboot, my guy.
So with Silent Hill 2,
that's a reboot.
With Silent Hill 2, it's a 1-for-1 game just with better visual stuff. They added quality of life stuff, like there's more exploration and stuff, but as far as the core story and the events that happen in the story, it's like a perfect 1-to-1. And one of the game reviewers gave it a 3 out of 5 because it was a perfect 1-to-1, and it was like nothing different. And we're like, dude, this is what this is what the fans wanted. We didn't want any changes to Silent Hill 2. We just wanted it to look better and look good and play it with updated stuff. That's it. And like the reviewer gave it a mid score because for the simple fact that it was a 1-to-1 remaster and they didn't change much from the story. And it's like, damn, you can't win. They did what the fans wanted. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what the fans wanted.
Now, quick question: does it still have tank controls?
No, they changed. Like I said, they changed the quality of life. It's quality of life updates.
Okay, it's decent.
The controls aren't tanky.
And that's what you want.
That's
what
decent.
you want.
Yeah, it's decent.
And then they added the only big thing they added was like, okay, so there's more exploration. So now you can go in different buildings and get more loot and stuff like that. So there's more areas for you to actually explore, and it's not as like linear as Silent Hill 2.
Don't get me wrong, it sounds like a 3 or a 4 out of 5 out of game to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't stray. It doesn't do enough to where it strays from the main focus of the game as far as enemies and plot and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, see,
from what I've
for
seen, yeah.
something like that. Oh no, I don't want to cut you off. Good.
No, I was just saying, like, yeah, I just feel like, the game reviewers, yeah, they just a lot of them fuck shit up, and it's like a lot of people that review the games are not even real gamers, so like they don't
Yeah, that's what Ant
understand from a
said.
fan standpoint. They don't understand from especially like Silent Hill 2. That's something fans wanted. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't understand from a certain standpoint because you ain't really play the other ones or you don't really game like that. So I feel like a lot of these like game, and I'm putting this in quotes, air quotes, these game journalists don't really be gamers like that.
Yeah,
And
they
they
do it
expect
for a paycheck.
something. They expect something
Do it,
new.
yeah.
Yeah, and they expect something new from if it's
Yeah.
like a remaster stuff. They expect something new, and it's like no,
It
we want the
it becomes
original.
politics after that. It's
Yeah,
game is
the
now
game, the game is it's
politicking.
like the game is legendary already. That's why they make it a remake. It's a legendary. We don't want no changes to it. We just want the graphics and quality of life changes, and that's
Yeah,
it.
you just want it to be better. Like
Yeah,
we want it to feel better.
So
exactly.
That's it.
perfect example. If it's like 1v, Resident Evil 4 kind of blew the expectations out of water for that because
Oh yeah, they did that.
yeah, they kind of changed the flow, but it was still kind of the same type
Which
of thing.
one?
And it pisses me
4.
off.
Oh yeah, 4 definitely did it for me, man. I love 4.
Yeah, it's
I already
his own,
love the game.
Yeah, it's his own thing. So I
Yeah.
can see where they're coming from, but a 3, I can see it being like a 4. It's not perfect. It ain't getting a 5. Hell, it wasn't perfect back then. People like it because they actually brought grief to video games. It had like a decent story to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for that kind of that game and that purpose, you gotta like kind of review it for what it does for you, but also what it's going for. So if you're gonna review Silent Hill for like it being like a remake, all right, you gotta put context in it. Like, all right, so what are they going with for the remake? So the idea is that, hey, they're going for pretty much a 1-to-1 or close to a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Where I want the game to, play the same. I'm not really going to change any story elements because those are kind of set in stone. I want the game to feel better
Well,
and more intuitive.
they delivered. They did developers did exactly what they wanted to do.
Exactly that, which is what the fans wanted. Like, and I feel like you need to judge it off how well they did that. Like, if you remember Clunk from 2 back in the day, did they fix that? Do you remember the story scenes, look well now because they upgraded graphics? Do those look good? You judge it off that.
See, I would have gave it a decent 4 out of 5 because they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and like that's the criteria from someone that has played the game before and you're playing the new version now. And then for like especially if you're putting money into the reviews, something like that, what you should also do is have like another reviewer of somebody who's never played the game before.
Yeah.
Because now you get a fresh perspective of like how is it for new players? If you played it, you don't know that. You can't answer that question. So it's like, how does it feel? How does it do for you as somebody who hasn't played it around you, not telling you nothing? Like what's the name? Letting you play the game and get the experience like they did the first time. So like I think like you're judging it for being a 1-to-1, but is it better than it was before in terms of how it feels? Because that's the change. It's not whether the game is new and it can't revolutionize what it revolutionized because it's the same game.
It's the same game.
So judge it on what did it change and did it do those changes well? Like if you wanted it to be less clunky and it was still clunky, then they didn't do their job.
They didn't do their job.
Yeah, that's how you should judge like on the idea of a remake. And even if like with like Final Fantasy VII, if you want to judge it for what it did, but what it was before, cool. But like I say, I know some people maybe they had a problem with
it's not what it was before. It's an Assassin's Creed game, my guy.
So then now you have to judge on that criteria now. And that can be a plus or a minus, depends on how somebody feels about it. If they like the old ending, then you're gonna not like that, which is fine for your review, but you also have to say that. Like you got to let me know what you didn't like so I can know whether I'm okay with what you did or didn't like. Like put that in context.
Yes. Let us know
So,
what
like,
you didn't like. Go in like in detail what you didn't like about it, and don't compare it to other games that's not like the game that it is.
Yeah, I hate
I'm
when
not-
people compare other
I'm not
games to another game,
comparing
bro.
Final Fantasy
I'm glad y'all
10
said that.
to Final Fantasy 4. I mean, Final
Please.
Fantasy 7.
Please.
Like that, Jones. That's wild.
Yeah.
Like when you got because that kind of franchise, all the games are so freaking different, and
They
then
all different.
they all very freaking different, which is a part of the.
Gamers got a bad reputation to do that same shit too, though.
Wait.
Oh no,
Putting
no,
everything
no.
in the
When,
box.
I was looking at Black Myth Wukong, like people like the first thing I see when I was on Twitter, somebody's like, "Yeah, man, as a Dark Souls player," and I was like, "Oh, Lord."
Yeah, I
I
ain't
was like,
never
yeah,
understood that shit. I didn't understand
I don't
why
know.
people do that
Anything
at
that
all.
you fight and kill things, then people think it should be Dark Souls, and I'm like, there ain't no way.
But that's their point of reference. So like if people
Like
don't,
this game, it ain't like that to the point where like it's legit a point of reference. Come on, dog.
My bad. My dad.
But that's-
is acting stupid.
Yeah,
But
bro.
that's just like, I'll say this: I'm probably one of the only ones that will play these types of games. I remember Kwame and Ant. Remember, I was talking about the AEW Fight Forever.
Oh, the wrestling game.
I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'm a huge wrestling fan. So they rebuilt the game with the mechanics of WWF No Mercy.
Ooh.
And
yeah, I like No Mercy.
That's my top one wrestling game. I'm not gonna lie.
No Mercy was it. No Mercy broke the mold for wrestling games. Like that was
that's my
thing.
second. My first is Here Comes the Pain. Y'all already know.
Here Comes the Pain.
That's my
Helped
second.
revolution. That helped revolutionize it.
That's my number two.
So-
I feel it.
So when I played it, like first off, like they gave the game shit. Like they bashed the game. I was like, wait. Let me look into this. So I'm looking at some of the things. Oh, it's bad. It's arcadey. Okay, No Mercy was arcadey. Like what are you talking about here? Like what are we saying here? It's arcadey. We knew Ukes made the game. Ukes made No Mercy. It was never anything like Here Comes the Pain or the new WWE 2Ks that are out now. And that's what they try to compare it to.
Hey Phil, I might be that guy. Who the hell hired these motherfuckers to be damn video game journalists? They get in the damn hot seat and they act like, oh, it ain't supposed to be like this, it ain't supposed to be like that. Hey, now I'm like, bruh, y'all don't play fucking video games. Y'all just got a fucking degree.
Are you a developer, my guy? That's the most important thing. Are you a graphic designer? Are you a game designer?
No, they don't do none of that. They went to school for journalism. Damn it.
And the sad thing about it was they told you
you to spin narratives and you're spinning really bad ones.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
And
I
they
don't get it,
told
like,
you.
There you go. The kids.
Sorry, man, but that's Mo, man. Everybody say hi to Mo.
Hey Mo.
No. It was crazy to me because I was just like, okay, everybody know No Mercy was arcade.
It was arcadey.
That's what the game was.
It ain't a simulator. Straight up, you go in, beat ass, and have fun. Love it.
AEW Fight Forever is just like No Mercy,
and I'm looking forward to it.
It's updated graphics. Like everything's updated. Like you don't have The Rock with that same eyebrow the whole match. Like it don't change. Like everybody has their own different facial structures. Their emotions change throughout the game. That's all it was. It was just a better No Mercy. It was an updated No Mercy. I would say it was ass. It was nothing like No Mercy. It was trash. And I was going to get the game regardless. I played the game. I was like, bro, this is No Mercy just updated and it's on a new console. That's all this is. And it was a good play. Now, don't get me wrong. The storyline, it's not as deep as No Mercy. No Mercy Championship storyline just felt like it could go on and on. But that's not what that game was when it came to storyline. I'll give them that. But gameplay itself, it was phenomenal. It was like, okay, this is No Mercy again. Go out in the crowd, take a weapon out, mash somebody. I can throw thumbtacks all over the ring, slam somebody nuts. Through it. Like, bro, it was meant to go crazy. Like, oh yeah, you can put thumbtacks on the ring in the ring.
and like the N64, like wrestling games, is still considered. Which is why I was surprised when you were telling me that, because I remember Phil, you was telling me like how people were badly reviewing it because of fighting system. Like if the fighting system is like the N64, which everybody revels to be the best technical wrestling fighting system they ever made, why are they bitching about it when it's put on a new game?
Because they're not gamers.
Because they didn't play it, and they didn't play it.
And they didn't.
And I know they didn't play it because anybody who played it would know it's just like No Mercy. It's to the point where you got a special and a signature and your special. Like they put that in the game. It's like you did not play this game. You did not play the game. You couldn't have, because it's the exact same thing. Yeah, they tweaked a few things here and there, but why wouldn't they? It's on PS5. It's like it's a new gaming system. They had to have tweaked something. They couldn't take. Right, they couldn't leave it the exact same thing, but that game got so many bad reviews.
So let's,
and then
I guess Phil, so if going back to what I was saying earlier, if they coming in and not biased about it, they probably would have gave it a more honest review and come in like they never played. Like I don't mind people not playing like the older games that the games are representing. Cool, I want a fresh take on it. This is why the game was made, so that new people can get introduced to it. Whoever said that before, yes, that's the premise of it. So get a new gamer in on it. Let them review the game and let's get an honest take on it.
You have to have more than one reviewer to get that kind of context. Like if you're a fan of this style, like if you're a 2K, like a WWE 2K, which I've been out of wrestling games for so long, so I've never played, but I feel like
let a fan play and let a new person play. I feel like that's perfect.
And that'll give you like a range for your reviews, like someone who's played No Mercy, and like you can tell me the likes and the dislikes of it from that perspective.
And then have a third person to actually write the review that didn't play the game based off what the other two people said, so they can kind of put it together. Yeah.
I don't really need it. I don't really need like to change or mince words. Just copy. Like this is what I felt. This is what I didn't feel. That's where the journalist should come in.
Yeah,
it's really just the writing.
Get somebody that plays games to fucking do the damn game, so they don't say some bullshit that doesn't make sense. Like, why the fuck are you love like hack and slash games, but then you're reviewing a fucking JRPG? Like, nigga, you're not gonna like it if you don't play JRPGs.
Final Fantasy 16.
So then, I have a quick question then.
There's exceptions, okay, but it's still an RPG.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
It's still an RPG.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan.
So then, what I'm getting the general consensus is that nowadays the reviews are basically like, who are the reviews for then? Because if you look at it from a gamer's standpoint, we're not going to go off reviews. We're going to go off of word of mouth, right? Or we're going to go off gameplay, or someone on Twitch reviewing the game, or someone on Twitch playing the game, and then we're seeing it for ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes.
Sometimes. But most times, like, are we really out there just...
See, the thing is, most of the time we'll do the research beforehand and see if we're really going to actually... Most gamers, they'll do the research beforehand.
The critics usually get games a week in advance to review it, a week or two in advance. So while us gamers are waiting for the game to come out to actually experience it,
You're right, yeah.
And so when their reviews pop up, you're curious, like, okay, so what the hell made it bad or made it good? Like, because games are expensive, and everybody's like, well, I just don't want to drop $70.
$70.
So that's basically where it comes in with the reviews. I don't think people are looking for them, but like when they popping up, because they go 2 weeks before the game comes out.
It's got a straight yes or no.
And the reviews not really based for the gamers, because like we said before,
they're really not. No.
Yeah. We're going to get the games that we going to get regardless. It's based off like the sales. Like once the reviews come off, like the sale is going to make the break a game. And then sometimes, depending on how bad the game is, it may not get a second release. It may not get a re-release, and
it may not get a DLC.
Yeah, or it might be limited. It might get to the point like, hey, it might be one of them rare games because they didn't make too many because it was just a bad game. E.T. for Atari.
Hold on. ET does not get thrown in here, okay?
Hey,
We're not gonna do
who
that.
spawned me in here, man? Y'all spawned me in a goddamn hole. Thank
Hey,
y'all.
look,
Y'all fucking suck.
we're not gonna throw ET in here because ET is a special case. That game was made 2 weeks before the movie came out. The game was made in 2 weeks. We're not talking about ET. We're talking about these games that's taking like 6 to 8 years to make, and they're coming out piss poor or whatever. Or
we're talking about people's opinions of games. That come out one way and they're judged through incredibly biased criteria.
Yeah. Especially like people that don't play games. It's just weird to me. Like, why the fuck are you in game journalism if you don't play games? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to make it or break it, man.
They're not gamers who are journalists. They're journalists who play games.
Yeah.
That massive difference. I can spin my words and put a whole lot of this, that, pish posh on it. Like I say, they should have people who play games and then, like, after they get their assessment of it, send that to a journalist and let them write it up for them. So, you got a writer to, put your words together because, playing it, you having the fun, I'm not trying to hear, I said hell yeah 50 times because this game was good.
Yeah.
Put some quick words, folks. You just gotta spin it a little bit, but I can also get that because my education was right. So, I get what he's saying. Just change it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I think that would be so much better. That would be so much better instead of having people who do not play games, rate a game you know nothing about, and that goes back the same. But the AEW game, they started, like y'all said, they were comparing it to SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Those are two totally different games.
No Mercy and SmackDown Here Comes the Pain aren't even in the same bracket of wrestling.
They're not even the same bracket.
They're not even in the same era. One's an N64, one's PS2.
Yep.
But that's what they're doing. But that's what they were doing. And I'm like, yo.
WCW versus NWO World Tour, like.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was a game too to play.
That's
up there, boy.
That's up there too. Now
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite wrestling game of all time will forever be WrestleMania 2000 for the N64.
That's the other one. Nah, N64 was
that
crazy.
was my favorite one.
WCW versus NWO World Tour. WrestleMania 2000 is like my third.
The most satisfying thing about those wrestling games. Like when your health, like, because they really didn't have a health bar, it had like a little momentum meter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And most of the time when your shit is on blue, you're pretty much fucked. You're about to lose.
Yeah.
The satisfying thing is having your shit on blue and you reverse a special and that shit goes from blue to red and them niggas go to blue and you end up just turning the whole game around for one fucking
and don't get hit with a special and be on danger and they do that little twitching shit like they're trying to get up.
I can't. Yo, how many N64 controllers I went through breaking the A button, tapping that bitch, trying to get up, and they'll act like they get up and then fall back down and start twitching like fuck.
Get
your bitch ass up.
Hey, so
if you had KO on, that was it. Ain't no 3 count.
Hey, so check it. We talked about like reviewers reviewing the game. They give it a bad score. It gets bad reception. What about the overrated games? The games that they get paid to be like, hey, say good shit about it, and the game does extremely well, but we get it in our hands and it's not that good.
It's the same thing in reverse to me, honestly.
Same thing in reverse. Yep, I was about to say the same thing in reverse.
It's just the same thing in reverse. You don't play the game, you get paid to say great things about it, and then when people get it, it's shit. So it's the same thing, just in reverse, and it sucks. But that's what we live. This is the gaming world that we're in today. Either people are going to rate it good because they're paid to do so, or they're going to rate it poorly just because it's off of a bias. It's biased. It's an opinion. It's an opinion, but it's very biased.
So you gotta know who your reviews that you're listening to, and I don't think they're pushing the right reviewers. So, like, for example, I follow these reviewer group. They usually review a lot. They review a lot of RPGs. They review a lot of games in general, just different genres. So, and they have different people of that team review different games based on what game they're playing, basically. So it's a
Mhm.
follow called Noisy Pixel. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them or whatever.
Noisy Pixel.
Yeah, Noisy Pixel, amazing. They are fucking amazing. They also like let me know my hidden gems for like me collecting and stuff like that. But anyways, their reviews are based on different criteria of games. So like they'll do story, graphics, sound and music, and like controls and things of that sort, gameplay. So they have like different brackets that they'll give the game, and depending on or at the end of the review, when all those brackets and everything's added up, then they'll give their like final score, whether it's like out of 10 or 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, yada yada yada. But I think like the way they break it down should be how all journalists do it. Instead of looking for certain things that you just don't like it because you don't like it, like nah, like break it down so like, and that's why I listen to them when they say a game is good, like I could believe it because like I'm listening to them explain every single part that makes a game great, and they break it down in different sections and they rate it based on those parts and how good or bad those different parts are.
See, I mean, I'm good with that because it's like when like someone doesn't like something or does like something, like there's an explanation of it for it so that you can follow. So if that's something that you like, then boom, you're already in there and you know what it is. And if you don't like it, even if they do or not, you also know that information too. They're getting everything that you need to know. Like, oh man, like maybe you're not like a very fast gameplay person, but this game is really, really fast. It's not for
Right.
you, but it was a plus for them. But you know that.
Right.
And it's
And they
in your
don't
review as it should be.
and they don't do it like I said, it's not based off like it's not biased in that point. It's like, okay, well, this is what it's still an opinion because you know it is always going to be somebody's opinion, but it's broken down into technical terms where like, okay, I could understand why you don't like the game because of this. I could understand why you love this game because of this feature. This is a really cool feature. So it's like everybody could relate, and it's like nothing. It's not like mine. It's like, oh yeah, I hated the game because so and so. Or it's just like the original game, and we're like, what?
So a good example.
That was the whole point.
a good example that I got of for a game that I feel that's overrated is Deathloop. The game was getting perfect scores. I feel like it was a decent 8.
Decent 8.
Deathloop.
You think them boys? You think them boys pay to win then?
I never played.
I think they pay to win.
Yeah, I've seen people play it, but I've never played it personally. It was just not a game for me, so that's why I never delved into it because I'm like, yeah, that's not a game that I'm gonna be interested into.
The game is fun, but you kind of lose.
Yeah, I watch Kwame play. It looks fucking fun as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but
it looks fun as hell.
But it's not a perfect game. It ain't a masterpiece. It ain't no 10. I promise you, it ain't no 10. It's an 8. It's a decent 8.
When that fucking lady come out and kill Kwame ass, bro, that shit used to be funny as fuck when I watched that bitch come out, bro.
She only killed me once though. You gotta kill me 3 times.
Because that's the one like you gotta assassinate a person and then somebody could join your game and try to invade you basically and try to stop you.
Yeah, you gotta kill like all 7 people in one day. But what the reviewers didn't tell you, and it's part of the spoilers, like once you get the sequence of how you need to kill the people, you basically gotta do all of that and make sure the person don't invade you and kill you while you trying to do it. Because the thing is, the whole mystery for the game is to figure out how you can kill all 7 people in one day. But then once you figure it out, the game kind of initiate a cycle like, okay, cool, you got what you need to do, so go ahead and do it. Go ahead and kill all 7 people in one day. And that's where the game kind of like ramp itself up, because it's like you got to play all 4 levels in one day and make sure you do it flawless and make sure that one person don't come in and invade your world to fuck you up type shit.
That's a damn black lady, bro.
Yeah, but the story was actually pretty decent. I give it that. It was a cool ass story, because the chick that ended up killing you was your daughter. If you want to know the premise, you gotta play it. I'm just leaving it as that. If you're not gonna play just leave it alone.
BioShock ass twist.
Yeah, it's a BioShock, and it made sense why it made sense because she basically got sick of the people living their lives happily on that shit, and they forgetting about it.
If I gotta remember, y'all gotta remember.
Because the game ain't nothing but really trial and error, right?
It's trial and error until you initiate the getting out the death loop. Basically, you got to kill all 7 people, and basically you kill 6 person. The 7th person is your daughter, and once you kill her, basically you stop everything from looping.
Well, you gotta put spoiler warning on this one, boy, because somebody played Deathloop yet.
It's an old game, bro.
Yeah, that shit's technically old now. That game almost what 5 years old.
Yeah, that came out when that was like a PS5 launch title.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that.
All right, we talked about overrated
PS5
games.
that old?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, Destiny's overrated. Overrated.
Yeah, we talked
Sorry,
about
Destiny
overrated
Oh
games.
Lord, don't bring up
Well,
Destiny.
Destiny 2 is overrated.
Don't bring
Oh,
up
Lord.
Destiny.
No. It is overrated. I don't care what people say. It's supremely overrated.
You're right. It
No,
is
I don't
overrated.
I don't want Kwame about to go on that damn rant.
I should.
Like people need to know it's
Don't do it,
overrated.
bro. Don't do it.
No, the reviewer gonna make their money because everybody need to make their money. They gotta make sure
I'm
every-
kind of
all the
I
high
haven't
people
played
make their
Destiny- I
money.
haven't played
Getting them
Destiny in a
bunchy
couple of
bucks.
years. Yeah, I haven't played Destiny in a couple of years, but I hate what they're doing with Destiny. It's like, all right, so when Destiny first came out, right, it's supposed to be a 10-year game, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's what they promised us, a
That's their
10-year
promise.
game.
And they did. They gave us a 10-year game.
Yep.
Over 10-year game by that. But it's like, okay, the last expansion came out, and then I'm still seeing new stuff coming out. I'm like, dude, end the fucking game. Why y'all adding more shit? Wait, make something else.
And then they
Like,
brought Cade back.
Sometimes you gotta they technically didn't bring him back. It was something else.
Be a unit.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't played it because I still keep up with the story because I fucking love the story of Destiny. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I like the story. They
Yeah, the
just
story
ruined
is
it
really
with
good.
Did they get better at putting the story in the game?
Yeah, they did. They got way better at doing that.
That
They
was
got better at like
that was dope.
yeah, they gave you like like when you fought bosses and you did like dungeons, like you understood why the fuck you was doing it and you're not getting just thrown at a dungeon because of bad guys in there. Like you understood what bad guy you're looking for and why that bad guy is bad or whatever. So they did a good job of doing that. It's just like with me, it's like, okay, you guys did a good job keeping it going for those amount of years. Just work on something else. Why are y'all still continuing Destiny? Because then it's just
Bungie,
like,
bro.
stop adding story to something that's already great. You did everything you're supposed to do. Just like end it. Because it's gonna get to a point where if you keep going, it's just like, all right, nigga, like. But I guess they're trying to be on that like MMO shit where like they just keep the story going.
What?
So
I think if they're gonna keep expanding it, at least they need to. Have they dropped the console or PS4 console yet? I think they need to do that if they haven't done that already. But also, because I really do want them to expand and be like a really, really big and stop sunsetting stuff because that's dumb. Stop gatekeeping stuff behind just random times and stuff like that. But do it like the like Rise of Honor or Taken King type of gameplay. Not gameplay, but just expansion is. Like or just reboot the world, have everybody die, and it's
We got Invisible Boys.
Yeah.
Like imagine they kill everybody off and then or you come back and it's like 1,000 years later or something like that. Give us something brand new. I think that'd be good.
I dabble with Destiny, so I know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, I tried Destiny. It wasn't my cup of
It
tea.
got crazy, but then it's
I
like
played the heck out of one.
Yeah.
But two wasn't hitting.
The story's gotten so good on it, but then they kind of was messing it up a little bit, in my opinion, with certain things, and I was like, okay, because like certain people were just getting too like overpowered. You're like, all right, now, like how this happening now? What the fuck is this going? Why? How is this? Why?
But it's Destiny,
Yeah.
Destiny is
But they've always been overpowered, though. If you go back and listen to the story, like some of the past Guardians were like supremely overpowered.
Yeah, but they
Like,
got
they
killed.
were, yeah, they got killed.
hurt.
Yeah, they got burnt, but they were supremely powerful.
Some
So
of them came back, like you saved, like you know, in Destiny 2, you bring back like people like Saint 14, who was like the strongest Titan ever.
yep.
Tolan never really died. He was just like a floating soul for the most part. Eris Morn actually did what we all suspected from the first game. She became a fucking hive god. Actually, one of the strongest hive gods.
Mm-hmm.
Because she fucking absorbed what's her name? Power. What's the chick's name? The Witch Queen.
Oh
She
yeah,
absorbed
oh
her,
yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, it was great gunplay. I had extremely fantastic gunplay. I like
Yeah,
the
that was one of the big carrying things that they had with the gunplay.
yeah.
Yeah, the
So
gunplay.
they,
Definitely.
I did like their exotics. Their exotics were really cool.
oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
the new, I ain't gonna lie, there's a few things I've seen that was cooler than the Gallahorn in terms of like a weapon. That junk is sick. I'd definitely say that.
Man, fuck Destiny, fuck his RNG. They try to make people play as characters that they don't want to fucking play. You gotta actually play outside the game to get fucking friends for that bitch, because you can't make friends in fucking Destiny.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to do raids, tough titty.
That first Destiny was horrible for everything. Like, you have to.
Yeah, that first Destiny, and I think that's what ruined the community. But like, it's like Destiny still has a strong community, but I'll tell people all the time, it's from people that already established shit in the first game, established friends in the first game, and they transferred over to the second game, and they just stuck with those group of people that played. That's still It's like, yo, I'll tell people all the time, like, yo, the first game was rough, nigga. If you didn't have the Gallahorn, the Icebreaker, like, niggas was not letting you do no raids. Good luck doing about.
Yeah, you weren't about to put a whole lot of content.
Either that, or you had to get lucky.
Now it's like, hey, I was like, yeah, I don't got this weapon you guys got, because I'm just saying, oh, don't worry, oh, we all got something. We'll just run you through it. We'll like help you run you through this shit.
Y'all people actually hosting now?
Man, fuck them nerds.
We'll run you through it. It's no problem. You don't need that. But on the first one, like,
fuck them nerds.
Yeah, the first one it was like I got lucky with some fellas. But I think it's I ain't gonna lie, I did get a Gallahorn like the
you had to know people though, like in the first one. Like, you have to come across a group of people that would carry you through, and that didn't change up until like after Rise of Honor or Rise of Honor or something like that.
It's like, now it's like, you know, people are like, yeah, I'll run you through. You need to get that weapon. Oh, I'll show you how to get that weapon. Let's go ahead and get that real quick. But like,
the first people got cooler. Like I said, it was that the LRG definitely.
You got the Gallahorn, and as soon as you say nope, boop, they kick your ass right out the damn thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like niggas would never. That stopped me from wanting to play with people, like just random people on Destiny, because like people were just so uptight. You had to have a certain weapon in order to play with people. I'm like, dude, bro.
If you help me, I can possibly get this weapon.
Right.
Because the content drop exotics. I'm not saying that it was very like it was very one dimensional in Destiny 1. But what killed me was like I played the heck out of the game that like was going wild in the multiplayer, played most of the game until the House of Wolves. By that point in the game, I didn't have anybody to play with.
Damn.
Yeah.
All the people I played with stopped playing by then. Like I was able to find some people in Crota to like play a little bit, but I didn't get to play that as much as I wanted, because like some of my people like that, the main group of people I hung out with on the Xbox did, but like some of the guys I met online and some people I met in Destiny played it a little bit. So I got to get through some Crota stuff. I didn't get everything I wanted, but some of it. But by House of Wolves, boy, people were segregating. I don't know if they got loud or what happened.
Yeah.
Because House of Wolves, you could only have 3 people, so you had to. And then also you could not save on House of Wolves either. You had to keep going.
No, you had to keep going. And like
Robo said it was doo-doo. Hey, Robo, get in here, man.
Whoa. First of all, I did like House of Wolves because you didn't have to save. You had to keep going. and it was
fuck
brutal.
that nigga Tanix, bro.
It was brutal.
Fuck that nigga
Yeah,
Tanix.
like a
He
man.
kept-
Yo,
Like, nah, I
Yo,
gotta
and
see
you
that.
know, the thing, the crazy thing about Tanix, yo, like, all right, so Tanix after House of Wolves, this nigga is a recurring boss. Like,
Yeah, he
fight
he
this
really
nigga in,
is.
like 3 or 4 different iterations and 3 or 4 different raids because they keep rebuilding this nigga. And this
That's
nigga
it.
keeps coming.
I'm mad. Yeah, man, he's really the $1 million man. He come back.
Yeah,
strong.
like they keep rebuilding Tanix. I'm like, why the fuck is we fighting Tanix again? This nigga should be dead.
Yeah, y'all got to delete him. Kill him. That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
At this point, that boy a computer virus.
Basically.
He really was.
Yeah, but nah, that's what kind of messed me up at the end of Destiny. 'Cause I still was like had energy for it. I wanted to play it, but House of Wolves was a little too rough, and it ain't like I know where they have so many different light level stuff. I couldn't just
Bro, will say
force my
House
way
of
through
Wolves
it.
would do to.
I would say this about Destiny 1 though. This is what that they finally made better. Destiny 1 before Taken King expansion had extremely horrible RNG.
Oh, it did.
And when you failed the Nightfalls, your ass got sent back to orbit, no checkpoint. Your ass just got sent back to orbit.
Yo, I
I remember that shit. That shit used to be brutal. Like I ain't gonna lie, Destiny 1 before Taken King came out, that shit was hella brutal to people.
But
not only was the community bad, but the game itself just fucked you. Like Raul would like turn legendaries into fucking greens and shit. Y'all remember that shit? Like
Yeah. That's what I ain't gonna lie, but that's what made the game a lot harder than it needed to be. But I still enjoyed it though, because I was like, "Damn, this game's hard." Like,
when you
getting
beat
kicked
the
out,
Nightfall,
it's
bro,
just.
there was a flex.
Oh heck yeah! I was a beat.
Once I got lit right, I was cooking them.
Yeah, especially on PvP when you be flexing with an exotic you got that nobody got.
So listen, my first exotic I got first week of the game was the Thunderlord, and that's probably still my favorite gun in the game to this day.
Oh,
bro, like I was wilding, bro. Everybody had like picking up these rockets and stuff like that, bro. Thunderlord cooking. Soon as you hit the corner, bop, bop, bop.
My first one was Icebreaker, and I took that thing everywhere with me. So
Icebreaker.
yeah, because I didn't have to have ammo for it going into the raids and stuff like that.
I
Just
pre-ordered the
sit
game,
back.
so I had the Gallahorn as the first legendary.
Now, see, the crazy thing is, so during Vault of Glass, right?
Yeah.
Which I pissed a lot of people off with this. So, like, you got, I think it's like the 2 chests that you can get before you end the mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can get like an exotic out of that chest. So I got a Gallahorn a few.
Yeah.
I want to take a wild guess at how many Gallahorns I got
2
out of them boxes. Keep going.
3.
Keep going.
4.
Keep going.
Why you got that many?
I got 7.
Why you got 7?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fuck you, because I kept getting a shader, bro. That's all I was.
There it is.
You ain't
Bro,
Nemo
I
as hell
got-
now. RNG.
No. I got 6. I got a
Yo,
7 Gallahorn from
these
something
boys-
else. I got 6. It was 6.
These boys, Kwame and them boys, was making fun of me because I kept getting that fucking shader, bro, and everybody else
That's-
was getting Vex Mytho classes and shit. I wasn't getting nothing. I think it's
that's
because
it.
I think it's because like where I was living at, at that time I was living in the country, so I couldn't get internet. So I was at Burger King. Like I used to do raids at Burger King with these niggas. Like we did Crota raids like twice at Burger King internet, yo, in Orangeburg. No lie.
He really had that Burger King. Damn, that's
I
wild.
had that portable screen too. Shit, I brought that damn PS4 day, bro. Am I lying though? Phil Kwame, am I lying?
You're not wrong. I heard the stories too.
Yeah, we got Robo up in here, yo. Units.
Goddamn units. Y'all ain't birthing units. I don't want to hear it.
I ain't going to even lie. Kevin ain't lying. Kevin went to Burger King flat out playing goddamn Destiny and shit. I'm not going to lie. Man, use that damn Burger King internet to do raids, bro.
That Burger King internet was sick, bro. Burger King internet was off the chain.
Damn McDonald's.
And I could get something to eat too. Shit, give me a Whopper and Destiny.
They didn't even bother you. They was like, "Hey, this man playing the game in the corner."
Yeah,
they were interested. They actually came and watched them play. They were interested.
Like, what you playing? What you playing, my guy? What is this?
I remember my first exotic on Destiny 1. My first exotic on Destiny 1, and it's my favorite gun in the whole game. It's fucking Bad Juju. That was my first exotic on Destiny 1.
Wait, was that the handgun, right?
That's the
I think
pulse rifle.
it's a pulse
That's
rifle.
the other pulse rifle. It was the red death and the bad juju.
What was the handgun?
It was two. It
And-
was the last word.
Oh yeah,
and,
I love the last word.
Hey.
That was a good one.
Hey, I was about to dance in front of AFK, y'all.
Hit him with a jig.
No, I might throw him with the Titan.
Oh man.
Yeah. Look at Ant. Oh, now he moving.
You ain't shit, bro.
Hey. Hey, we supposed to be raising this flag.
I'm over here handling fucking some shit on my side. I'm sorry though. But yeah, I ain't got no input on Destiny, bro. I played it, I tried it, but I'm like, it ain't my shit, bro. This ain't my thing.
You ain't like the verticality.
I'm used to versatility.
I
I mean, I played the fuck out of Division.
Verticality. Yeah.
Oh,
I know,
okay.
Kwame, that you love this game, but there's one game that I just think is overrated as fuck, and I gave it so many tries, and it's just like I just got bored of it so quick.
What?
That's
Oh, shit.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
I think Overwatch is super overrated. I just think it's boring as hell.
Bye,
And
Sister Phoebe.
and it's fucking stupid that
Bye,
you gotta
Sister
wait
Phoebe.
special months to fucking play just a team deathmatch, but that should be a standard fucking game mode.
Yeah, I hate
And a
that.
hero.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
What up? Them boys throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us right now. In this
Yeah, I
fucking
know, because
match,
it's just
bro.
the two of us. Help!
My thing, I definitely did not like I did not
I
like
know I
Overwatch.
play.
See,
I played some Overwatch.
Overwatch kind of remind me of Halo, man, because they got everything Halo 3 had, man. You can
Overwatch can be fun, man.
Yeah,
I get bored of
it
it.
can.
Like, it's fun. It's like, all right, so it's like when y'all be telling me to download it, I'll download it in like that first week or two. It's like, all right, yeah, this shit is fun. But after that, I'm just like, all right, this shit kind of getting boring, bro. This shit kind of.
The only thing that killed me, which they kind of like made better, was the fact that like it was like it took so long for maps and other stuff to come out. Like it's such massive gaps for content. It was crazy.
Yeah. And also the lack of story on Overwatch too. It's like, damn, can we get like some story on these characters?
Nah, bro, read them bios.
Yeah, read them bios.
You're
You did it on Destiny.
Right.
You can do it. You
Yep.
can do it for
Yep.
Overwatch. Damn it.
Fucking bios.
Cause that story for Destiny, that shit was lackluster as fuck.
I did.
It really was.
The one game I did read shit for, I don't be reading shit like that. The one game I did read shit for, and that shit took me hours to do, was the Mass Effect games. Reading them reading that shit, and Dragon Age.
Oh, you didn't
To learn about the world and the world building and stuff. I did that.
You didn't read the stories in Lost Odyssey, man. Learn about them immortals, because them shits were actually pretty good.
My game was Lost Odyssey. Y'all sounds familiar.
You don't know nothing about no Lost Odyssey, Kwame.
Yo,
No, you don't.
Man, I played the hell out of that game. What you mean?
What do you mean?
You had 3 immortals on your team, man. And the 4th
What about
immortal was the
Enchanted
villain.
Arms? What you know about Enchanted Arms?
Oh, I love Enchanted Arms, bro. Oh, Lost Odyssey for the 360. Okay, I remember Lost Odyssey, where you play as the immortal. That game was cheating though, because if you pre-ordered the game, a lot of people don't know this shit, but if you pre-ordered Lost Odyssey before it came out at GameStop, it came with a special code that gave you like a certain equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way you can get that piece of equipment. And that shit it basically made you pretty much OP. You can get through the game with that shit. It was really good.
That game's a weird ass turn based. You got to do all the turns at the very fucking beginning, and
Lost
then
Odyssey was
execute it.
Fucking Enchanted Arms, nigga. That shit was weird, bro. They had like a dude on it. Like it was fun, but it was also really weird. Especially like the voice acting was 100% terrible.
Okay.
100% terrible. And
The main character had Love Troy.
Yeah, I had this. I don't know if you remember this one part. There's one part. So like throughout the game, there's like these little vendors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got like a pizza for a face. That's what they look. They look like a big pizza, pepperoni pizza as a face. Basically, yeah. So they're like most of the time in the very beginning of the game, they're like little vendors and shit like that you talk to in the town or whatever. But then you get to this dungeon, and you run into these things called fire golems, and the fucking fire golems are the pizza face niggas, and they absolutely fuck you up in that dungeon real bad.
Yeah, man, them boys was the shit in that dungeon.
Bro, I hated that dungeon so much, but I hated them niggas with the pizza face so much after that shit.
Lord have mercy. Well, Robo and Shay, y'all got in a little bit thing. How y'all feel about the new age reviewers?
My bad. Hey guys, I'm sorry.
In my personal opinion, they need to stop wasting oxygen on this earth.
God
damn.
Robert said just die, bro.
Well, at least stop writing reviews. Get a new job. Write like food reviews.
It's like, hey, do me a favor, bro. Lay in front of your car real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put the accelerator on, put it in drive, and lay in front of it.
And I say that because there's been countless times we've all seen it throughout the years that we get these, journalists that never touched the game, never even seen a series, whether they had shows or not, and just give this out of pocket, this out of pocket, unnecessary, review of a game, just for quick views or some type of engagement. Now, some might do it just for a strategy. Hey, if that's your strategy, then by all means, but be prepared for those types of consequences. But for the most part, no, half these folks that never even played any game of the series, done anything else about it, and just take time to waste oxygen hopping on the mic, saying XYZ about this game, why they either don't like it, why this mechanic isn't working, or whatever. And just do us all a favor. Just stop. Stop taking up oxygen. Stop wasting paper and digital paper, and just go do something else.
That man just want them to go away indefinitely.
They do need to be stopped though.
That man wanted them to cease and desist. You're done.
They do need to.
Shay?
Finito.
Nah, I kind of just feel the same way you do, especially that video you sent me. Well, that's a conversation for another time, because that requires more talking about. But just like him, you could tell that guy didn't even touch Sparking Zero. And even if he did touch Sparking Zero, the whole point of his argument was he's basically mad they didn't make a second Fighters. How the hell you going to compare an arena fighting game to a 2D fighter like Tekken and Street Fighter and stuff? Like, what is happening?
Also,
and then,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, and then like with the Budokai and all that stuff, it's supposed to be unbalanced. That's what everybody liked. It was nice getting up in there and beating fucking Broly's ass with Yamcha, and that's kind of like a flex. Like, I'm just better than you now. Like, I beat your ass with Yamcha, you used Broly. Like, it's not supposed to be balanced.
Right. You just had to, if you knew the mechanics, I was just telling them that earlier, if you knew the fucking mechanics and knew how to fight with that character and knew how to fight against other characters, you could everybody could beat everybody, because it was a technical and mechanic heavy game. And if you knew how to master those things, you could fuck up anybody with anybody.
Yeah, screw that dude. Conversation for another time. But he's a perfect example. Everything you saying about they need to just stop wasting paper and oxygen.
Because it just makes no sense. Also, to add on to that, clearly that guy didn't get the memo that a Fighters 2 is coming out, just not right now. Like, clearly he missed that point.
I didn't know that either, but that's awesome.
No, a Fighters 2 is in the works. It's just not out right now. They literally said,
I think they just finished that last update for it.
No, that last update, especially with the rollback, was of course a test. They even said, this is a test. We're testing to see how well rollback works. And of course it's going to be broken at first. That's just how it's going to be. It's not going to work, right out the gate. Every game doesn't take rollback
well,
they don't take it well and be compatible. There are going to be hiccups. There are going to be multiple things that causes problems with that coding, because you're adding it in later in the game versus at the beginning. If you started at the beginning, there would be no problems. Everything would have been patched out along the way. But since you're adding it in towards the end of its cycle, there's bound to be hiccups here and there. It's just not going to work properly. If you really wanted to have rollback in from the get-go, it should have been in the beginning. It should have been like Strive. It should have been like any other fighting game from the
Yeah, like-
get go.
Like rollback should be a standard, bro. It's like a
Yeah.
when you do online fighting games, like that should be like the standard, man.
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, it came out like right before, but I mean, there were games with rollback before that. And Japan was just late on the wagon, and I mean, it's bit them in the ass.
Well,
Like
and-
Fighters rollback game shit.
Well, the thing is with that, and with it being Japan, ArcSys has already had multiple games that had rollback from the beginning.
Yeah,
To us, that's no excuse.
Yeah, Accent Core,
Yeah.
multi-gear Accent Core Plus, R Plus, that shit had rollback, bro.
And why you ain't hook that man?
That's insane.
Man, fuck
Then how
it.
did Accent Core Plus have rollback, but Xer didn't?
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Plus R had fucking rollback.
That's insane. That's bananas. But nah, like them building up Strive. I mean, that was the thing. But I ain't gonna lie. They if that was the case, they should have probably just went with Fighters 2 instead of testing rollback with Fighters 1, because that junk is buns. Like the beta for it was better than the rollback that we have now, which is
If
crazy.
they had did that, that would have been a wreck ship. Because if the second one came out with fucked up rollback, it would have just hurt the game too much. I think the test was needed because
I mean,
Fighters 2 it launched pretty well.
I guess it's already sold enough, but that's a lot of research and time because it took them damn near 2 years for the rollback to even come out.
But
They
here's
only
the
did that because people begged them to do it. They could have been had rollback on it, but they did it because people kept begging them to do it. And basically,
That's true.
Also,
the whole FGC as a whole, and Robo can quote me on this. The whole FGC as a whole was like, "Yo, if you got a fighting game and it don't got rollback, we not buying it."
Oh, 100%. I mean, I as a person who's a part of the fighting game, FTC, I'm with it because like it's too terrible. Like to sit there and struggle without rollback. There's so many times where I've literally gotten hit by 6M while standing up because delay. And it's like, wait a minute. Then I go and play offline and I block the shit every time, and it's like, damn. So it ain't just me. I'm not that bad at the game. Okay, cool.
and another thing to add on to this, which makes it baffling when it comes to like this type of situation, is the fact that rollback netcode is an open source, which means it's available at any given moment. There's no excuse why they haven't adapted it in from the get-go. Hell, that's the whole reason why the people made it in the first place, is so that people can enjoy these like fighting games without having to worry about lag inputs and something like that, or different types of latency problems. Now, yes, depending on either the console that that you're playing on, how well your connection might be, your connection to the other person, or whatever it may be, those do play a small factor. But
you're trying to make it as minimal as possible.
Yeah, but overall, if you're trying to just have a stable connection between two people, that rollback should have been there from the get-go. That
was the whole reason why Fightcade was created.
Exactly.
Yep.
Fightcade, Parsec, all that was created just to have that type of
environment.
Exactly.
To play in.
Because before
Yeah, I definitely like it, which is crazy.
Yeah, before
Instead, they about to do it like the Nintendo people about to do it themselves with Slippy. They were gonna put rollback on fighters before Archers did. Doggone Slippy, because they was like working on putting rollback in Smash.
Fucking Slippy.
Bro, god damn.
Hey, y'all getting fucked, yo. Like, what's going
Bro,
on?
like the shit that's going on this side was wild, bro. And JJ barely killing these fucks, bro.
And that's the thing too, because like rollback was such a rollback is old, by the way. It's like it's like 8 or 10 years old when it was created.
Whenever KI came out, that's how old it is. Well, that's approximately how old it is.
And and speaking of KI is a perfect example of a game that people consider dead, but due to the fact that rollback netcode made it such a huge difference, there's a loyal fan base even to this day.
Yeah.
Yep. They still have online tournaments and all.
Oh yeah, and my thing is like, shoot, they still have side tournaments at Evo for it because it's still that popular. The game is just that good.
And like I say, Combo Breaker always features his yearly KI tournament. Like not like it's dope.
Combo breaker.
It's dope. Why would they do it? They need to stop playing to make it chaos. I mess with the chaos too, for real.
Shit.
Oh no, chaos is a very fun game. And
I actually like watching it. I don't play KI that much, but I actually really enjoy watching like pro players play on tournaments. Like I watch every time I get a chance, so I'll watch it.
See, what messed me up is I play on stick and like I didn't have one for my Xbox at the time, so I kind of like just getting into it, and I ain't gonna lie, now I'm just being lazy. But like if I could like get into it from the get go, like I definitely would like go in on the KI too. But like just like it was grounded based with like these inputs, and I was like playing on controller just isn't the way for me. It's like super uncomfortable for me to play.
Hey y'all,
controller.
I gotta skip, bro.
You gotta skip what?
Slippy.
Huh?
I gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut. Yeah. I got to wash my hair and stuff like that, and get her ready for bed for school tomorrow.
All right.
Education.
So yeah. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. You just
have a good night too.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
Dang.
It's time to get slippy, Kwame.
It's time to get slippery. And was getting beat off the sticks, y'all.
Them bugs were tearing them up.
Yeah, them bugs were fucking them up.
So them bugs said it's time for bed. You know what?
Go ahead and go to bed, big dog. You don't die way too many times. Go ahead and go to bed.
Now who done got beat off the stick?
Ain't got beat off them sticks.
Got beat off the sticks.
Oh,
Them bugs were fucking that man up,
got
bro.
beat the fatherhood.
God damn, I ain't gonna lie, I had some bugs though.
I ain't got beat off the stick.
My man got beat in the fatherhood. That's crazy.
Well, if that's the case, y'all want to close the last topic and start a new topic? Like
we can switch it up.
All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and close the journalist topic. How should journalists rate games? Basically, number one, be non-biased. Everybody can agree on that. Just review the game for what it is. Number two, do like maybe a two or three man system.
No. Number two is actually be a damn gamer, because it's impossible for them to judge a game for being a game if they're not actually a gamer.
No. That goes into the number two, because necessarily they don't need to be a gamer. They can let a gamer actually give their 2 cents about it and then write what the gamer says type of thing. They could do like a 2-man system. Basically have they could do a 2-man system, have a person that enjoy playing the game or a fan, and have a person entirely new to the game come in and give their 2 cents about it, and then the journalist can just write down what they say.
So if you was a head chef and I was just some regular schmegular mofo that don't know nothing about food, would you let me come judge your food?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that to people. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to say they actually do that though.
Yeah,
I'm about to say that happens because you gotta have customers.
Yeah,
but not like a quick like assessment of what like bring it up is the fact of like when people like talk about judge games or whatever like with like an extreme like I feel like it's not fair unless you judge a game for what it's trying to do and whether you like it or not can be in your opinion, but you should still also keep it factual. For instance, if you playing like a remaster, the idea of it is not to judge the remaster as a new game. You're supposed to judge the remaster as a remaster. So in like the context of what you judge it for is like what is it doing? Like it doesn't have the same gameplay feel as the first one. And if so, like did they improve it? So you're remastering something from PS2 to like PS5, you expecting it to kind of like have the same feel, and make sure like the story elements and stuff are still intact, but also what it changed. Does it feel better to play? Is it less clunky? Are the cutscenes seamless? How is the graphics being enhanced? Those are the things that you would look for in an upgraded game from someone, and especially if it's a remaster from someone who's played it before. Now, also,
do you think someone that doesn't play games would understand those things? That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, that's why I said it should be more than one person to judge it. But I feel like for someone who's judging a type of game, you need like a context of it. But also you can have another person who either maybe doesn't play stuff or has never played that game, and they have their opinion as well of it as a game. Like in terms of is it a good horror game? How did you feel about it on your first playthrough? But I do feel like those would be two separate instances. And then
we
like
have
they
those
can
journalists. I just wish more
yeah,
of them
but
would judge games. Like we have those that put their opinion towards the game, but actually judge the game.
Nah, they let the
It's not helpful.
they let the journalists play the game, and then let the journalists write about it.
judge the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I say I don't think a
that's
journalist should
terrible.
be the person who's
Yeah, the
playing it.
journalists don't need to be.
I think the journalist should be like the third person. Like you should give, your feedback to a journalist, and they should write up, change, put in the wording of, what you're trying to say. Because if you're not being a journalist, you're just playing games. Your definition can be like rough around the edges, maybe tough to read because you're not a writer. So you give it to a writer to kind of clean up the information or the wording for you, but it's still your words. So I'd give like a person who plays games the job of playing games.
I just realized a lot of the statements you guys just said is kind of contradictory. Because you said if you're a head chef, would you let just a random person, play your, eat your food, right? Yeah. They're gonna give you a review off of just the food itself. And just like a journalist is just gonna give your game a review, and they're just a random person, right? So it's kind of contradictory, but I do understand it though.
That's the point of it. The point of it is this person doesn't truly understand what this is. So can they really judge it? Yes, they can. But at the same time, it would be better if another person that's a chef or somebody that understands food judges my food, other than the random person.
Basically, saying like somebody more credible.
I feel like that.
Can I add something to this?
That concept works here. I don't think that analogy works here.
Can I add something?
Because I don't
to
think
this?
that's what we're trying to do.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My thing is this: when it comes to you, like let's just say any one of us, being a journalist, most of the time with common sense would tell you as as a person that like if I'm about to take time, sit down and write a review about this game that I was granted access to, for a limited time or review copy or whatever the case may be. I myself want to do research, whether it's taking time, maybe go back and play some of the older games to eventually when it comes to this one, if it has a series,
you doing research.
If it has a series, I can make some comparisons that for someone who's let's say hyped about it for a new game coming out, I can at least make similar comparisons that they may or may not agree with, but at least it doesn't sound like I'm just bashing the game head on
like that
without any type of
from Game Out.
We're not talking about that guy, okay? We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that guy. And the reason why we're not talking about that guy is because if you were 10 toes down about your video and your comments, you'd have left that video up. But since it is gone, and we have to find it through people with reaction videos. Reactions. So God forbid that the person that you showed, I dislike that person. I do. The reason why I dislike that person is because how many pauses am I going to get before the dude can even finish a sentence? Like,
that was annoying.
Like, Jesus Christ, how many pauses are you going to take? I get it. It's as a reactor, you're supposed to,
put your 2 cents in.
Yeah, put your 2 cents in, but not every 2 seconds.
Like every damn minute.
When my man had a lot of change. Yeah, my man had a lot of change. He put 2 cents in.
It really felt like he was there. It was like he was there purposely to bash the game. It's like somebody just say, "Hey, we're gonna pay you." Bash the shit out of it.
I don't even think he got paid to bash.
He got paid. He did it. That was personal hate.
I feel like his review was pure ignorance. He saw a Dragon Ball game. It came out after Fighters. The next game is going to be competitive because this one was, and that's not what he got. So he's like, "Oh, well, I don't like it because it's not a competitive fighting game like the last one was." So obviously we're going backwards because this is what I got before and I liked it, and that's not what this is. But so I'm going to talk about this arena fighter, fun kind of game, like a competitive game in that same context. So of course everything I'm going to say is negative.
So I'm gonna throw a little curveball out here
Okay.
because
Preach.
it is the internet. So what if this wasn't an honest review? What if, like, bashing the game? Everybody wants views and
Well, that
things. So what if bashing
Nah,
the game was just a
Well,
I
way?
think his was honest. I think he really
well,
meant what he
like,
said.
well, with that, once again, Gameology, I guess, yes, just because you're verified on YouTube don't mean like you're, like a full-fledged, full-time company. Yes, you have, certain guests and whatnot come on and whatnot. That's cool. That's fine. That is, that is y'all's like little company or whatever that y'all do. That is fine. But at the same time, if you're just going to sit there, bash a game, and call it a review, just put it on your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Put it on your own YouTube channel. That way, everybody can just send the personal hate that way versus having like your
What?
company, your brand take it down because it just received that much negative backlash because you decided, oh, this is the perfect opportunity for me, myself, and I to hop on this mic, write up whatever BS script.
You want to talk about me? I said, what about?
Huh?
Yeah, he didn't say anything, so what
Yeah,
the hell?
he, like-
I'm not
like
about to
he-
start a conversation, and you the one want to talk. If you want to talk.
Exactly. Like, just take that, separate it from the company, put it on your own YouTube channel, make it like that way. That way, all the hate goes directly towards you, and they can say, "Oh, you're back on here again talking. Oh boy, here we go. I can't wait to hear." What this person has to say, because now all of a sudden, because now all they're gonna do is just associate it with just the channel.
But see what you said there. See what you said there. See what you said there. You said that key sentence like, "Oh, I can't. I want to see what this nigga about to say about this now." So it's like that's the whole point of bashing. It's like, yeah,
You getting attention.
and
You
put
get
it-
negative
put it on-
attention.
whether it's a positive attention or negative
It's
attention,
still attention.
nonetheless, it is still views. It is still controversy. You know what they say? All publicity is good publicity, regardless of.
That's what Drake
Bad.
That's what Drake thought that
So
Kendrick
it's
was
like-
doing by saying his name.
So
just
I
wanted
feel
attention.
like, yeah, I just feel like, just from you saying that sentence right there, it's like, okay, now people are gonna watch him not because he's good at what he does, because they just want to see how bad he's about to bash the next game, and it's just an ongoing cycle.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, certain people will. Trust me. There are many people out there. There are tons of different folks out there that will, they just love to hear somebody's bad review, and whether they agree with it or not, they just love to hear this person talk and just, give give bad takes, whatever, say whatever to watch other, fans come in, and just have, the most toxic, attack towards them. Like, how could you say this, or etc. That's fine. There are people out there like that, and trust me, there are tons of channels that are like that. They are just there to say whatever, get the views, for whatever video or video or videos that they put out, and just reaping the benefits from there, whether those people like them or not. That's fine. But for the company itself, bro, no sir, I refuse. I personally refuse. If all of us right here, if all of us decided, to just sit down and review a game, and everybody, like, let's say, how many of us are in here right now? How many of us are in here?
About 6, 7.
Yeah. If there's 6 of us in here, 4 of y'all give, straight up good, I wouldn't say good reviews, but if 4 of y'all give, actual concrete, review about the game, and then the final 2 just say, you know what? It's my time to shine. I'm about to
Man,
cause
hit him with the
problems.
"I got this."
It pretty much, stand back, guys.
Yeah, I got
My name is Green Lantern. I got this.
There's a hurricane coming through.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
But I always, but y'all already know what I always say. Everybody's entitled to their opinion or what they want, but me personally, what you drink don't make me piss. So I'm gonna go into. I take everything that they say very lightly. If it's something that I want, if there's something I'm gonna play, I'm gonna play it regardless. Even if they
what
were
everybody
right.
need to do. Like
Yeah.
that's what I feel like more people need to do. I let the journalists be journalists. And to be real, me personally, I don't give a fuck about if you a game or not and you judge something. Hey, like I'm with you. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. What bothers me, especially in the gaming network, is that when someone says something bad, it becomes this chain infection. That like, oh, this guy didn't like this, or he didn't like it, and then it becomes this thing where like a game doesn't make it or a game doesn't go anywhere because some one person didn't get what they want, and everybody else wants to just listen to this person just because they got clout or whatever up in that range instead of just playing it for like playing it and you may like it, just play it, or just kind of look. You can look at some games and be like, that ain't my thing. Like at least try to dabble or like get your own opinion of something. That's the problem that I have with it. You want to judge the game, fine. But at the end of the day, it's just way too many mofos that just want to jump on that fan wagon of, hey man, everybody saying the game trash, I ain't gonna touch it. We all in here have felt that effect. Like all of us have felt it to some degree. But at the end of the day, most of us have at least tried games that we thought was going to be trash because of what everybody said, and we ended up liking them. And that's because we gave them a try. And sometimes you did end up not liking the game still.
Nah, I only give it a try if I can buy it on Steam for less than $5, $10, something like that.
And then don't.
Oh yeah, wait for the sale now. Yeah, wait for the sale. Don't
have no fucking battle pass.
That's a good thing that you brought up
pass.
because of the hate thing. Just because it's like it's a trend to just hate stuff.
Yeah.
So I played. I don't own the game, but I actually got a chance to play Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad game.
Oh, I don't want to play the game because it's Star Wars.
I was quite enjoying it. And so like the funny thing about it was like people were complaining about, you fight the stormtroopers. Like there's like a video where the dude's fighting a whole bunch of stormtroopers and they're missing every shot. And I'm like, and everybody's mad about it. And I'm like, I don't know. This is kind of lore accurate as fuck though.
They can't hear shit worth bricks.
I'm like, yeah, this is kind of. I'm like, this. They do that in the movie. Yeah, I'm like, yo, this kind of makes sense though because this is like extremely lore accurate. So I'm like, I don't understand why people are mad about this. This actually is in the lore. Like, yo, stormtroopers can't shoot worth the shit. So this makes fucking sense. But at the same time, I also get it because like, okay, like the game's supposed to present some type of challenge for you.
They should have just had a difficulty mode for that.
It's not a bad game. It's not like the greatest game ever, but it's also like not bad. And I think half the hate it doesn't deserve, but it's not a bad game from what I've played.
Also, one of my lovely followers on Twitch, she literally said, have y'all ever worn a stormtrooper helmet? You really can't see shit in that helmet. You really can't.
That's real.
You really can't see shit, and I 100% agree because one Halloween I was like, fuck it, I'm going as a stormtrooper, brother, my brothers in Christ. I ain't hitting shit worth bricks. Call me Shaq. I'm missing
the freezer throws.
Man, Shaq was more accurate than them damn stormtroopers. Come on.
Whoa, was he?
Shaq was more accurate.
It was a whole thing to foul Shaq so he could go to the free throw line. That's how terrible he was.
I'm very aware.
Hey, but hey, look,
very aware.
At least he had a gimmick so he can get some points, so he can do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying?
But barely though. It wasn't. And so the other team could catch up. That's how bad he was.
They got no gimmick.
I'm just saying.
I was telling people like, why even wear the helmet? It ain't like the helmet gonna stop the damn laser from going through your.
Look, I'm just saying this. I'd rather foul Shaq all day, every day, versus taking that on, freight train trying to dunk on me. No, sir.
Yeah.
I'm foul.
Oh, 100%.
I'm foul.
Not.
If you can stop him from dunking on you, shit.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump to the side while he's jumping at me. I'm gonna pinch the elbow or slap the arm, make him foul, and I'm out the way. I'm not getting hurt.
That's true. That is true. But like I said, if you look at it, those stormtroopers were ass. There's nothing else you can say about it.
Yeah.
Shots far off. Very far off. I mean, like I said, I took my chances with Shaq, goddamn, than a stormtrooper. I'd say that.
But yeah,
I would say that.
I think everybody. I wouldn't. I like now. I wouldn't pay $70 for Star Wars Outlaws. I wait for it to go on sale.
Hell no,
But
for the
if
sale.
if it goes on sale, when it goes on sale, or whatever, like I think people should try it out. I didn't think it was. a
Let's
bad
say the
game.
game got average reviews. It's not a. It
The
don't seem
game
like it's a
the
bad
game, like
game.
I said, it's not like excellent, but it's also like not like terrible bad.
I think the
Also,
fit.
go
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, no, no. Go
Nah,
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm making a tangent, so it doesn't really matter. So go ahead.
Goddamn Jordan.
The only thing I was going to say before Jordan goes into the tangent is that you also got to take into consideration that a lot of these YouTubers that that aren't even journalists, especially with, like, for instance, like you said, Star Wars Outlaws, and how everybody was saying it was it was a bad game, or it wasn't that good. A lot of people like whoever their favorite YouTube or YouTube artists are,
Yeah,
they listen they listen to them based off of just a trailer. And based off of a trailer, they themselves haven't even touched it, and they just say, I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's what goes into what I was saying about like your own opinion on things. Like mofos just that fan wagon is just too heavy.
Yeah. Ride the wave.
Yeah,
I
just
have
get off that
literally
wave,
seen
man.
somebody rate a game. You knew the damn game was bad when you played it, but you still bought it and played it. And then as soon as they say something bad about it, oh, that's where all your bad juju comes out about the game. But you already knew it. So I hate that too. It's like a placebo effect. Like, okay, it only takes one person to say something wrong, and then everybody has a problem with it. You already know what you're getting into, especially with some of these people who do rate it fairly. You know what you're getting into. That's just like me. I can't complain about Mark. They told me exactly what that damn game was going to be. Now, am I mad that I paid? Right. Now, am I mad that I spent the money? I'm mad at me. I'm not mad at the people who rated the game. They told me what it was going to be. I'm mad that I didn't listen.
At least they were honest. They weren't biased, though. They told you exactly what you was going to get, and I commend them for it. That's all I want. I don't want no guy telling me about Sparking Zero saying like he wanted to be fighters. That's not a review. That's your
that's
opinion.
not a review.
Yeah,
Like he's basically the perfect example to sum this all up. You can't do that. You can't.
My main thing is this, for my takeaway on this too, is like I was saying earlier, I think that even if you're not a person that plays games like that or whatever, but you are a journalist that's doing gaming journalism, I think games should be broken down into a part of things that make a game great, right? Like I said, like you got your story, you got your graphics, you got your music, you got the gameplay. So I feel like if they set those brackets up and judge the game based on those things or what they did with like the pros and cons of different things of those different systems, then it's like people could be like, okay, you may not have liked the game, but because of this, I understand why. And it's not like some bullshit like why I didn't like it or whatever. It's actually like, okay, yeah.
IGN used to do that, but they stopped.
It's like technically explained, like, okay, yeah, I didn't like this about the game. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because maybe the music wasn't as great, or it was repetitive, or something like technical about the game was fucked up that I didn't like, and this is why I gave it this. And it's like, it doesn't bother me personally, but I understand why. The same thing with a good example for that is like Cyberpunk, right? When that first came out,
it had a lot of bugs in it.
Right. I played
It
it
was
on the
unplayable.
PS4. I played it on PS4 when it first came out. I didn't have issues. I enjoyed I got to play the game. I didn't really have. It wasn't really buggy as people were experiencing. Like, it wasn't the greatest experience when I finally played it. Like when it was fixed on my PS5, but it was playable enough for me to play the game and enjoy the story. And like when I got it for the PS5, I just started a new game and played it, and it was even better. But when people were like, "Yeah, Cyberpunk sucks," I was like, "I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm playing it and having fun on the PS4. I don't see why people hate it." But when I listen to people's issues with it, like I say, okay, I understand. I'm not experienced to those things, but I understand why you hate the game. I could understand why people hated the game and when it first came out. I understand completely. Despite of what my opinions of the game were, I still understand why people didn't like it. But when you like just throwing blatant bullshit or why you didn't like it, it's like, okay, bro, like I can't relate to this. This is just like now I don't know if you're serious. I don't know if you're serious or you're trolling. Right at that point.
Crazy.
Well, like I say IGN used to do that. They used to break it down. I don't know what happened, but they don't do it no more. They
Yeah,
did.
they do. They do used to have like different scores for different things. And like I say, I feel like with just like what Aaron said,
I don't fuck with IGN like
well,
that.
man said, like it makes sense because you have to explain it. Like if you can explain it, I can pick what I do and don't like. This could be the greatest game ever for me, and it's just not for you, or vice
Right,
versa.
exactly. And I don't fuck with IGN like that. Like IGN has gotten better over the
Hell
years,
no.
but I remember during Game Informer,
Hell
them
no,
niggas
not no
used to get
more.
paid. Them niggas used to get them niggas been getting paid to do reviews, especially during Game Informer days, like N64 and stuff. Them niggas used to get paid to do reviews. They used to get paid because like it's just like when certain games would come out, like yo,
Nah,
it
they
would get,
did.
like, you used to get like Legend of Zelda games and certain games you used to get like a 9 or a 10. They're like you got, and you're like, all right now.
Well,
They did.
Nah, they were getting.
IGN was getting paid as
In
fuck.
check.
I remember that shit. I forgot what 2 games had came out one year, and people were like, "Yeah, these motherfuckers got paid. There's no fucking way." Matter of fact, I think they gave Brink. They gave that game Brink like
We're not talking about Brink.
They gave it mid.
rating.
They gave it mid scores. They gave it a 6.
We are not talking about Brink. Put it away. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
Talking about put it back.
Put it back.
Well, basically, us as gamers, we just want honest reviews.
By the way, I'm gonna throw this
That's
out
about
there.
it.
You know, not that Jordan in here, but
No,
the other Jordan,
it
the
don't
white
even have to
Jordan,
be honest. Just
Platinum,
don't do what he did. Like it don't have to be completely honest. It just needs to be like just judge the game. Like and that like what Kevin is saying about like how you like judge this for this, judge that for this. Do that. Like it don't have to be honest because at the end of the day you may really just don't like the game, no matter how unhonest or honest you are. Like just judge the game, damn it. Like you can't sit there and say this game sucks because it doesn't have it can't be competitive. That's ridiculous. What is that?
That was definitely his honest feeling.
What the hell is going on?
Right.
It was his
like,
honest feeling that he
break
was
it down-
he just wouldn't admit.
And even with that, like when you break it down, like I said, if you break it down in those brackets and break it down like that, even if people don't agree with you, they can still understand. Okay, I still understand why you don't like it.
Yeah.
But the reason why you don't like it doesn't bother me. So I like it, but I understand, and people can relate. But when you just throwing out bullshit, like everybody's like, "All right, nigga, like you doing way too much, dog. You just talking out your ass at this point."
Man, he just mad because he gonna get touched up by a Chaozu player. It's okay.
Yeah.
He just
man.
Another good example is Power World. Power World was sold phenomenally, but there were a lot of people that didn't like Power World because it had a build system in it, and a lot of bad reviews came from the fact that it had that, and they was like, "Well, the game can't be such and such because there's a build system." And that right there is another thing you can't do. You can't say just because you don't like something about a game that immediately makes the game worse. Like it makes the game bad. Does it make it bad? No, it doesn't. There's a lot of people that enjoy the build system.
Oh yeah,
just because you don't like it, don't make the game bad.
Because that's me. Like I like Power World, but I hate games with building shit, which is why I didn't play it for very long. I hate building shit. I hate.
Yeah, there you have it.
Tragedy.
I hate games with building. I hate fucking Minecraft. I hate.
Is it
Fortnite
a
with
bad
the
game,
building.
Kevin? Is it
No,
a bad
it's not a
game?
bad game. It's not a bad game.
Very much.
I hated the building in even Fallout 4. Like I love Fallout 4, but you won't catch me building shit in that motherfucker.
They have to enjoy Fallout 4.
Them settlements gonna be outside in the elements. I ain't worried about your NPCs.
Oh,
Y'all need to get taken care of.
Outside in the elements.
In the
Crazy
elements.
word.
Grab a sheet of roof.
Yeah, man.
It's your bed.
You an NPC, nigga. You better walk in the rain like everybody else doing, nigga.
That's why I'm on the boy.
I bet your world look depressing. I don't even know.
The damn slums.
Yeah, I mean, shit. A nuclear fallout happened. Yeah, it's the slums. What you talking about?
That man got his settlement looking like Arkham for real.
Yeah.
Not Arkham. That's wild.
I ain't here to make the world a better place, nigga. I'm doing shit for me. I'm making the world better for me. But how Granddad said it, I should do what Riley do. Make the world a better place for me.
Oh Lord.
Oh, bad.
This shit actually.
Okay.
Nah, but it's but that's a perfect example. Like it doesn't, even though you can't stand it, but you still enjoyed the game, and that's what I feel. That's why I say it don't have to really be honest views. It needs to be something like that. Like you need to really judge the game for the game or something up in that sense. However, I need to word
Yeah,
this to get
like
it
I
to
say,
understand it. Like it needs to be
and
like
see,
that.
for your wording being rough, that's what an actual journalist should only do, not
Yes, I agree
play
with the journalist thing. Get them motherfuckers
like
in there to fix my wording so that it can
and
sound more
not play
professional and
and
better.
not play my game. I don't need them playing the game.
Yeah. Unless they actually know how to play a game.
Yeah, no, unless they know how to use their writing to break down a review into scenarios, like use context, so that you're giving like a full body of work review, like so I can know what the game actually entails. What am I in for? Not whether it's like Tekken Street Fighter. Let me know what I'm actually in for. It's a looter shooter, but it's pretty much a boss rush. Cool.
Yeah,
I
because
know it's a
people,
boss rush. Do I like boss
people
rushing?
try to
Yes or
go too
no?
extreme. Because people take their
Now, like I'm
responsibility
saying, am I playing
extreme.
Borderlands or Remnant? Like, let me know what kind of game I'm playing.
You know what? Fair. That's fair.
Thank you for watching all the way through to the end of the video. We have more content for you all to explore, so please follow our other platforms at Real Gamers Speak on Spotify and Twitch.